Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Golden Kamuy, the final season, episode number 7 reaction. Alright, the previous episode, we had a whole episode dedicated to Surumi talking. And yeah, it was a very interesting episode because, he talks about everything and he talks it in, he speaks in such a way, as we all know, that it completely, I guess you could say, changes everyone's mind about the whole circumstance, and how Surumi is trying his best to do what is required now. We all know about how he lost his wife and daughter, and even though that is one of the reasons why he's trying to get the gold, uh he also said that along with that he also wants his comrades who died to be in Japan's soil. And all these things he kind of said, and who knows, there's mixed truth, mixed, I wouldn't say lies, but the way he kind of spoke kind of highlighted a lot of things, which kind of elevated him to like a higher position, which is what Surmi does the best. And everyone is kind of looking towards him now. And yeah, he's a great speaker and he does what he does best. He literally not convinced, but spoke in such a way that everyone is like now kind of looking up to him. Ashripa and Sophia as well, like he talks about uh his Wilk and everyone. And yeah, so in the end he highlights how the gold is the thing that is the one at fault. Hence, the gold must have like a Kamui, as the Ainus like worship every single thing in nature. So yeah, the golden Kamui, it must be a very bad god, an evil god that brings people to ruin in this way. So it's all of it is the gold's fault. It's not even Wilk's fault. So yeah, it was a fantastic episode. Let's see what happens today. Let's get started now. Like I said, I won't be providing the subtitles. The timer will be provided here. Sync it to the original video and watch it alongside my reaction. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, yeah, this is happening now. Oh. Oh boy. Damn. I Yeah. All right. His cranial fluid. Oh boy. All right. I think they're going to bust in. Sugimoto. I have an idea. Oh, he's too excited. His fluid is. Acha, I knew that. Yeah, yeah. Hey, yo, chill. Oh my god, this guy's. Uh, right. Hip hop day. Okay. Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm. Break before. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Oh. But right. It's like, all right, let me see. Yep. Oh my god. Oh. Oh god. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh. Oh. Oh my. Yeah, he's like, ah, this guy's crazy. Yeah. Oh my god. Bruh. Oh no! The face skin. Oh god. Yeah. Wait. Did he? Okay. For a moment I thought he got shot in the head or something. Oh, right. So what are these two's connection? Yeah. Oh, god damn it. Ugh. Oh yeah, these two. Okay. Oh. Oh, there is a possibility this is a fake. Okay, never mind. Literally, he. The first time he tricked him like that, that's why he hesitated. Because I was also like, maybe this is also like a. Oh no. Like, whatever you say, uh, like, one thing that Surumi said is very true. The gold. That's why so many things are happening. All because of the gold. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay, he got shot here. It's not really a vital spot. Oh, there's something safe. Oh, the Makiri. Ah, I think so. Was Yep, he had it with him. Ah, wait, is this real? Like, I'm talking about the real world. That's the bullet spot. Damn. Hmm. Right. I'm pretty sure he heard you the first time. Ah. Hmm. Surumi Theater? Hmm. What? Yeah. Oh, wait. Is he still drunk? Oh no, he's thinking about talking about the smell. Oh, okay, I see what he's thinking. So he's thinking that he realized they were outside, so he. Oh. So he's thinking that he smelled them outside, and he realized, and that's why he. Right. Damn, doubt is seeping into Koito's. What is. Oh. Oh, so he had. Wait, so. Ah. When his plans are. Okay. That surpassed the original. Ah, right. Makes sense. That makes sense. Because he was a master of his craft, and as she said, they made it so perfect that it became an indication. Real one mixed with. Right. Father's name. Hmm. Yeah, okay. It could be read with the same pronunciation. Yeah, the name. Alright. Hmm. Okay. Right. Oh boy. Yeah. The hell is that? Uh. Uh. Yeah. All right. This this train has been resolved, man. You know what? There you go. Decoy. Kanjione. Oh. Hmm. Ah. Hmm. Why is it? uh. I don't think so. Yeah, if Surumi didn't interfere there, none of the. Hmm. Oh, it's feeling sleepy. Oh, here we go. Let's see the connection. Anazawa, you. Who's that? Is that supposed to be his friend? I've forgotten his friend's name. Okay, maybe we'll get to know more next episode. Hmm. Hmm. Alright, and there you go. That was today's episode. Okay, that was episode number 7 of the final episode. Now, final season. So, today we had Ashripa telling the the name Horuki Oshikoni to Surumi by the end. And not only that, um, Ashripa also figured out a way to say which ones are the fake ones. So currently, I would, you could say that technically Ashripa's group is a little bit ahead because we are already on our way to what the place where Botaro kind of showed told us. Um, while Surumi is still kind of has already figured out the code, but he still hasn't done anything other than that. While we already have Ashripa, we haven't figured out the code, but we are on our way while figuring out the code. That's why I'm saying we are kind of ahead because we are doing two things at the same time. We're going and at the same time we're kind of deciphering it. Now, if you're unable to decipher it even by the time we reach the place, then Sunmi's team might zoom past us because he already figured out the code. That's what he said. You know, he said that I think, or did he say that, or he, no? I think he said something along the lines of that. I think the code is correct, or something like that. But this is Surmi we're talking about. I'm sure he'll be figuring it out very soon, even if he hadn't. But either way, so it's just like a very close race by Ashripa's team being slightly ahead, which might change anytime. That's the situation. We had an extra obstacle on our way, but that obstacle has already been taken out by Ashripa herself, which was the fake ones, the fake skins. This obstacle wasn't there in Surumi's path because he's the one who, circulated the fake ones. So he didn't have this obstacle. This obstacle was only for Hijikata's group and Ashripa's group. But now Ashripa figured it out the way, which is also another very interesting way of figuring it out. As she said, that that guy, I forgot his name, that guy in season 2, the one who did the taxidermy, he was someone who loved his craft, and hence he did it in such a way that it surpassed the original, which is the reason why we will be able to figure out which one is the true one and which one is the fake one. And yeah, and Aship also told that story about that person who made the um the thread and all that stuff. She said how that was the reason why, like, since she made it in such a perfect way, it became more sensitive to the whole thing. Yeah, so that is what we used to figure out which one's the fake one, which one's the real one. So that's that. Right, now also on top of that we had a few other stuff. For example, Ariko, right, that's his name. He got shot by Tsukishima while trying to help us, but thankfully his dad's Makiri saved his life. And yeah, there you go. That's what, like, literally saved his life. And now he's like, I'm going to fight alongside Ashripa's group. But yeah, as his situation is, he won't be able to join anytime soon. But let's see. Let's wait and see. While we also had this dude, I forgot his name. The one who has some connection with Sugimoto, who we still don't know what exact connection we have. In the end, we did get to see a little bit, so it's pretty obvious both were probably in the same army or something. Like the same. But his exact connection with Sugimoto we still don't really know, but we'll see. Next episode they'll probably explain it to us. Okay. Yeah, so that was basically today's episode. Now today's episode had a few very good sections. For example, Koito, as you can see, Koito is now kind of being like he realized. So the thing is, when they were fighting, the beer that fell on them, the smell is so much that what was his name? That crazy guy, the one with the ear. There's too many characters, I'm forgetting the names. He was smelling so much that people can, like, smell it from a distance. So that's why Koito is thinking, like, wait a minute, we were also dunked in alcohol, Tsukishima and me. So did Surumi realize that we were outside the door, and that is why he kind of said it in such a way that our faith in him still stays? Or did he lie to us? Now, I've said this before. I don't think he's lying. I think he means every single words that he said. It's just that he is kind of manipulative with it in such a way that it seems like he's borderline lying, but I don't think he is. I genuinely think he is also, like, obviously his whole thing with his wife and his daughter, that's definitely one of the biggest reasons why he's doing this. But on top of that, that doesn't mean that all his comrades and everyone, their lives, what he said, that yeah, I care about them and I care about this, you know, people who give their life for their motherland. And so them not being even in Japan's soil is something that I won't be able to tolerate. So I want, like, them to be underneath our own soil. Same with his wife and daughter as well. So I think he means both. You know, who knows? This is Surumi we're talking about. Maybe I'm also being manipulated. Who knows? But yeah, but this is the reason why, like, Koito is now like, was he being truthful or was that just a ploy? And like that kind of thing. Right. Either way, it's very interesting because, like, the thing is, like, initially I would say, when Surumi, Tsukishima, Koito, they were kind of barely introduced and everything. Like, it was pretty obvious, or I guess not obvious, because now the whole thing is kind of changing. Like, the way we saw these guys, like, in my head I was like, oh yeah, this dude Koito, he's blindly following, like, Surumi. Whatever he says, even if he, like, literally, like, does something completely against, whatever, like, against like his ideals, in front of Koito will still turn a blind eye to it and keep worshipping him. While Tsukishima was the guy who I thought was like, yeah, if something goes wrong, he will be the one questioning, like, Surumi first. But now, like, the whole thing is kind of changing, where you can see multiple times Koito is the one who's kind of questioning Surumi, while Tsukishima is, I wouldn't say that he's not completely questioning Surumi, but the thing with Tsukishima is he doesn't want to see Surumi as the person who lied to them, even if it means that he deceives himself. Like, Tsukishima seems like in that type of position, like, and I can see why. Like, the thing is that he looked up to Surumi so much that if now he somehow realizes, or somehow he gets the idea that, oh, like, Surumi has been kind of manipulating us and doing all of this, and he doesn't mean anything what he says, that would mean, like, not only obviously his whole trust in him will be broken, but also the fact that he gave up so much of his life for Surumi is also something that he will be bothered by, and it will be a huge betrayal. And that's why it's like he's trying to convince himself that, oh yeah, everything's fine, like, you see, like, Surumi didn't lie, like, that's how he's kind of, like, patting his chest and being like, yeah, everything is fine, like I wasn't lied to, like, that kind of thing. While Koito is the one who's actually doing the questioning now. Like, he's the one who's kind of like getting, what can I say, like, these type of thoughts that, oh, is Surumi really saying the truth, or is he lying, this and that. Yeah, the whole thing kind of flipped, because it was completely the opposite, initially, as far as we could see. But now that we're getting to know these characters more deeper, we are realizing how these two are so different, and their personality and the way they're kind of, thinking about this whole thing is actually the opposite. What we thought Koito was going to do is actually Tsukishima is doing that. While what we thought Tsukishima was going, or at least that's how I saw these two. Like I said, I saw these two, what they're doing now. In my head, it was opposite. I thought that Tsukishima would be doing what Koito is doing, that is questioning, while Koito will be blindly, completely following him and trying to convince himself that everything is fine, he has not lied, like that kind of thing. It kind of flipped here. And yeah, I guess that's what, like that's what people are like. We get to know people better at first. Initially, what we think they might be, at the end, in deep inside, that's not what it is. Maybe they're completely different how than what we thought it would be. It's kind of like that here. Anyways, so yeah, that was that. And now you can see like Koito's more concerned about Tsukishima. He's like and that's also a very interesting thing. Like the first thing that he thinks when he realizes that, oh, Tsukishima Surumi might be lying, or he might be like manipulating us, is not that, oh, like he betrayed me. The first thing that he thinks is like, oh damn, now Tsukishima's faith in him, like he would be devastated if he knows. That is crazy development from Koito. Like I said, like I could never imagine him not thinking about the fact that Surumi might be lying to him, but the fact that that lie might be hurting Tsukishima more. You know, right? I guess it makes sense. Like these two have been fighting together for quite a long amount of time. Like like whatever you say, Koito worships Surumi and all that, looks up to him and all that. That's all well and good. But when you're fighting with someone side by side, like you have a different type of bond with them and a different type of attachment to that. That kind of, you could say, that might actually surpass Koito's bond with Surumi. And that's what we are seeing. Like I said, he doesn't question the fact that, oh, like, yeah, like he betrayed my trust. The first thing he thinks is that, oh damn, what would Tsukishima, like, feel now if he realizes that he might be lying? Like that's how much, I guess you could say, their camaraderie, their bond has, kind of grown. And we've seen, like, obviously, like I said, they've been fighting together. There were so many times where like they covered for each other and everything. Literally in a few episodes ago, we saw how Tsukishima helped Koito, like, when he was drowning in that beer and all, that part. Instead of like moving on, he stayed there and brought him up. So yeah, like that's why. Anyways, what, I feel like the direction this is going, I feel like by the end of it, there might a time might come where Koito will have to, like, I don't know, like kind of pick a side, like Tsukishima or Surumi. I don't know. If something like that happens, he'll probably choose Tsukishima this time, because I don't know. Like, anyways, we'll see. Like, also, like, Surumi is extremely like unpredictable. Like he does crazy things each episode. So maybe he's going to do something that is going to completely change the narrative again. Who knows? We'll see. Right. Anyways, so that was that. And then we had a Ariko, that whole section, like I already talked about that, like where he came in and he was like kind of trying to help Aship, and then Sumi immediately realized. He's like, oh, so that's the path you're taking, and bam, a whole shootout starts. Oh boy, that part. Ashipa told him the thing, Horokuyo Oshikuni, and as soon as she did that, that part is hilarious. Sumi brings out all the skins and just starts like deciphering and everything, and then we see like a whole ass battle like just starts happening, and we have Tsukishima and Koito trying to get in. That part was hilarious. Surumi's head gets stuck in the bench, but he's still not moving. He's busy deciphering the code. Oh my god, that part was funny. Right. Anyways, in the end, he says that, yeah, Ashripa was not lying, and so he might actually have deciphered the code. But yeah, like I said, at the end, we are technically a little bit ahead of them because we are already on our way wherever Botaro told us to go. But yeah, Tsukishima will probably easily catch up to us. And then, like that section where Ashripa explains how to figure out which is the fake one, which is the real one, and yeah. Okay, this part, she talks about Okay, here we go. The way the dye works. So it's hard to do it right. If you mess up, it turns brown. Right. So, but the woman was obsessed with doing it right. Her threads were more beautiful red than anyone had ever seen. She used the thread, make a kimono for her beloved husband. One day he wore it to go to work in the mountains. Rain was strong that day he rushed home. Yeah, he realized that the area around the hips had turned brown. So the thing is, okay, he had an axe on his hip. Wouldn't happen with the normal atush. He realized the rain had made the red sap bleed out from the kimono, and the part where it had touched the iron changed color. But the iron kind. Obsession had made it too delicate. Yeah, so similarly, that guy who did the taxidermy, he was so obsessed with the taxidermy in itself. Ashipa says that he might have done something very similar to it, which is why we might actually be able to figure out which is the real one, because the real one won't be that delicately made, you know. So yeah, and we actually figure out which is the real one. Now they also try to decipher the code where they talk about how the kanjis on the tattoos, they have like a similar way of pronouncing. Now that part I didn't understand properly because obviously it's like Japanese, like like words and everything. But a few things I understood, which was like they're like similar sounding words, and at the same time a few of them kind of intersect. So I guess and the horokoi oshikoni is okay. You know what? Let me just read this part. Okay, so okay, he mixed the fake ones with the real one. Okay, key to cracking the code is my father's name. Right. So I knew for catching up to the wolf. Horokyo Oshikoni. I'm sure of it. Okay, so now each skin had different kanji that could be read with the same pronunciation. Okay, so each had a different kanji that could be read with the same pronunciation. Okay, right. I realized that, but catching up to the wolf. Well done, Kiro-chan. So, okay, wait a minute. Where does he? Okay, okay. Each skin has several kanji that can be read at the same way, right? They explain that. Um, but everyone except Horokui Oshikoni is a decoy. So all the ones that sound like Horokui Oshikoni, those are the real ones. Not real, but the actual, not a decoy. There are at least 4 kanji on every skin. Okay, each skin has 4 kanji that match the characters in Orokyo Oshikoni. Wait, what? At least 4 kanji on every. Oh, that match the characters. Okay, so it's the characters in Horokyo Oshikoni. Okay, so those ones, those kanjis. Okay, and some line up perfectly when they're overlapped. So Koko, Oshikoni, Ishi. Right. So yeah, as they say, like Will did this code even though she knew that his child wouldn't really know kanji that much, which might actually mean that he wanted Ashripa to cooperate with the Japanese and like to crack the code and like move on her path together. Message from Will that you must work to. Okay. The message might have been tricked the Japanese into helping the Ainu, for all we know. Entirely possible you could have been doing. Okay. Okay, so a few other things. Okay, so she brings up the golden coin. Acha made it, lost it in Lake Shikosu. Some of the coin patterns are similar to the ones on the skin. Okay, so the one with a single line that doesn't intersect with any other, also found on the tattooed skin. Perhaps it has some meaning. Right. So does that mean when the Ainu made the go, the plan to for the prisoner's escape already existed? That's a good question. Like because I've also thought that before. I was like, yeah, like the way these are all like like lining up perfectly. Was all of this like pre like did they know that this is going to happen? Like how else is this going to work out? Right. So he became no parabo deliberately. Obviously not. After now that we know what happened, in no way that was part of his plan. If this was his part of his plan, that is some crazy foreshadowing that he already had like an idea. Like, and it's not really possible. Like, how the hell like would you even have that much amount of like clairvoyant like skill? Like you'll be like, all right, there's this dude who who would lose his wife and child, and he'll come and he will like attack us, and I will have to take out my skin and make them fight amongst each other, and like and become noperabu, and then I'll get arrested, and then I'll make the prisoners escape. Nah, like what? In no way. Like he could have foreseen all of that. Right. So Ashipa's like, no. Um, Acha would have no idea that the Ainu would kill each other, or that he'd become Nopperabo. Meeting me may have been part of the plan, though. Right, yeah, I guess. Okay, so, anyways, they're talking about all of this, kind of discussing about the whole thing. We still haven't really properly deciphered it, so I guess next episode we'll see more to it. We'll get to see more of maybe Sugimoto's past with, like that guy, and maybe this, all of this. We'll see. Either way, that's where it kind of ended. In the end, Shugimoto is kind of dreaming now, and yeah, he's kind of seeing his past with that guy. We'll see what happens. Either way, yeah. Oh, I forgot to talk about one thing. Um, Vasily and what's his name, Ogata. Those two, like Ogata, kind of gave him the slip, and that's very interesting because you could say it kind of worked perfectly because I was also thinking exactly the same thing that Vasily thought. So when inside those guys, like the firemen, he was there in disguise. Now, obviously, Vasily was thinking that he might be actually, because obviously he's a sniper. He's like seeing all these people coming in. He's thinking maybe one of them is Ogata, and then one of them starts running. Now, obviously, if someone does that, the first thing you're going to do is like shoot that person, right? But he didn't, because he remembered same thing happened before. And the guy who was running was some guy that Ogata hired by giving him some money and probably told him to run from here to here or whatever. You know, and that poor guy like did that, and Vasily just shot him. So he's thinking the same thing. He's like, wait a minute, did he do the same thing? And as soon as he was thinking that, I was also thinking, I was like, yeah, maybe this is also like a same like decoy plan that Ogata is using, and that's why he's going to try to escape from some other place, and this is a fake one. But using that as an opportunity, he took that gamble. Ogata took the gamble, and it was actually him. And that little hesitation cost him the time to shoot. So, like as you can see, Ogata was smirking later on, and he was like, "Ah, you know, did he hesitate? I wonder." Yeah, right. So yeah, that's what we saw of those two. So I guess we'll see more of them later. Right, and yeah, there you go. That was it. I think. I don't think there's anything else to discuss. Oh, the Makari part was very emotional when, like he was talking about his father and how, he wasn't really that interested in carving that Makiri. And when he went to the army, he went to war, he knew that his father was making one, but his father couldn't complete it. So he now regrets not giving his father the time and, making it together with him. That's why he wants to go back and make that. Right. Yeah, that's pretty emotional. That whole section. And you could say, in the end, that Maki is the one that saved his life. Didn't they say that the yeah, it acted like like a good luck charm for him. And now that it's in the museum, it has like a little indentation at that one spot, which we all know what it is. It is actually the section where the bullet hit and he got saved. Yeah. Right. And yeah, there you go. That was it. That was episode number 7 of Golden Kamuy, the final season. Great episode as always. And yeah, like let's see who wins the race or what happens to the gold in the end, and how this whole thing concludes. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. This was episode number 7. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.